you're gonna wanna, when we leave, you know, you're gonna want to put him on place and then set him up to make a mistake.
Right.
So that he can, we'll do it while he's here a little bit, but it's gonna be more important when we're gone. So you put him on place and then you leave the room maybe, but you're listening to hear if he gets off.
Yep.
Or maybe you go outside, but you're listening. Anything that you can think of to get him to step off, shy of actually saying step off, you know, so that he can learn that the corrections happen here too. And we go straight for a firm one the first time. So first time he steps off, big old correction. We're talking 75 on the collar. Boom. And then turn your numbers down, put him back on, let him sit there for a while. That gets it done without having to. Otherwise, he's gonna be testing. You know. You just want to say, boom. And then it's easier. Place, good boy. And I walk away kind of enticing him to step out. This is just the beginning process, you know. In the beginning, you're kind of seeing if he'll test the boundaries on all these little things. Eventually, it becomes too easy. You don't waste your time on it anymore. You just live with them. But you can you see he understands, right? And then if I were to click low, remember, you can always go low on these things. Something that he barely feels, it's not punishing.
Yeah.
Look. Let's see if you remembers it. Hey, got it right. He wasn't fully paying attention, so maybe it was a recall. He's wrong, because recall is only after a beep.
Okay.
Right? So if he's feeling that stim, it should just mean lay down.
Okay.
Right? It's not going to mean recall unless he hears me say come or beep. Right? Good boy. Okay? The rules of the kennel are to lay down and be quiet. All right? So if we catch him peering out too much, you just correct him. Because that all leads to, those are the early signs to bad behavior.
Okay.
Right? If he's in there, basically think of it as he's waiting for the next thing. If he's whining, he's complaining, right? Because if you're on top of potties, he's not whining.
Yeah.
He shouldn't whine to tell you to come let him out to his bathroom, because that means he can whine to tell you to let him out, which leads to the way he views you, which leads to why he's growling on the couch and all that shit.
Gotcha.
It's all related. So the rules are quiet and down. Not saying he can't stand up and get comfy, you know what I mean? But he can't, you understand. Those are the rules, right? So you can literally silently click while he's in there. If the door's closed, if he's standing, he'll lay down. You can tell him to lay down too. Whining gets corrected, and he waits to the next thing. The thing about the kennel is we want to make sure he can do it while you're home and while you're gone. Both. If he struggles while you're gone, obviously, that's not good. He won't though, because he's good in the kennel.
Yeah.
If he struggles while you're here, this is something we want to work on, because the way that we notice it is if we put a dog in the kennel like this and we shut the door, and then we go and do whatever we're going to do. If we start to have fussiness, whatever it looks like, then that means that they're going to be bad when they come out, right? So if they accept that we said stay there and wait for me, and they can accept that, and we've made it through that process where they'll actually wait even when they don't want to, then we don't really have to keep practicing it. We're good. We know he's going to be good while we're in there. A sign of a dog who struggles is a dog who can't be in the kennel while we're home. Okay, we see it all the time, Part of the thing, and you're saying you're not part of it right now, and then they're bitching about it. So then they get corporal punishment for bitching about it, and then they do this. And then what happens is they stop bitching about it, and we don't need to keep putting them in there. We just do it when we need to, so we don't have to practice anymore. But right now we're practicing for no good reason other than to go after the attitude or the whining or the complaining. Now that's all the shit that's not fun, but once we do it, once you get past all of that, and he's fine in there, and he's fine on place, and we get him on the walk, and we get him done with this stuff back here, and we get him good in the car, and we get him good at going to work with you, we have a life with him where he's good, and at least we have that. So if we do something new, we might have to do some training, something completely new, who knows, maybe we go and do whatever you guys like to do on your spare time. If you bring him to a new situation, you work him a little bit the first few times. We want to build a simple life for them first that is nice and easy for all of us. So we need good living room behavior, place, good kennel behavior while you're here and while you're gone, good behavior in the backyard, which is just simply not going after the dogs, good walk behavior, and good behavior in the car. That's a nice that's more than most dogs get. And then once we have all that, then we'll start doing the extra stuff. Like we got that foundation, let's see how he does when we go to lunch. Let's see how he does when we go to work, and these extra things to start getting on. But we'll start with the house, the backyard, and our local right out the door walk. That should keep you busy only for a little while. Eventually that'll become easy, and you know you're ready to do different stuff. But I mean, you can take, try going downtown, try the lunch thing, try bringing them to work. But you'll work on place, kennel, backyard, walk, and driving in your car without literally, you don't even have to go anywhere. You could do like a drive-through, see how he does, because you just say.
Yeah.
So if you know he's used to bark at drive-throughs, perfect thing to do is go to a drive-through and see if he barks, so that we can correct it until he doesn't do it anymore. And then that life becomes boring but easy, and you can expand from there. That little life you got, because he won't be giving you whatever. I'm not even sure exactly what he did to end up here, but I already, just by working with him, I'm like, yeah, you were probably a handful. Whatever he was doing, I imagine you'll have a good time with him. That's free time in the house. So when he's out of the kennel, even when he's in the kennel in the beginning, we're working on it. Eventually, he won't have to. When he's out of the kennel, he has his tools on, because this is the only way we taught you to punish. There are other ways to punish, but this is the program. So without the collar, no program, that kind of thing. No collar, no program. Otherwise you'd have to learn how to correct them with your hands and all that dog whispering stuff. You don't want to do that with a Malinois, do you? No. Me neither. Bodies and stuff. No,
or an good.
Yeah, no. When you can just do it so easy and so clean. So he's ready to rock and roll. And